That's smart. He made Play-Doh.
I what?
Yeah, that was smart. I'm gonna do that.
Oh, you did what?
You use Play-Doh to keep it upright.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do that.
You have Play-Doh coating?
Guys, it's recording.
Cats don't like Play-Doh. They don't. They don't like Play-Doh. They don't.
So Bunsen burners.
Oh, sorry. We have a serious student.
Yeah.
You want to talk about test grades?
Uh-huh.
Okay. So
Oh my God.
this is a Bunsen burner. Now, let's talk about the Bunsen burner just for a second. These particular Bunsen burners have two kinds of tubing. This is a very, very rigid tube, very rigid. And the problem with the rigid tubing is, you'll see in a moment, it's difficult to have in a particular place on the lab stool. It kind of has a mind of its own. So you're going to have to kind of put the ring stand where it wants to be. Okay? So, for instance, I'm going to plug it in here. Okay? And then, see, it's going to want to be in this range. You can't have it over here for this. Oh, yeah, I guess you can. Just put it wherever, wherever is reasonable for it to be. Okay? And then you're going to put on your ring stand. Sorry, this is the ring stand. This is a ring. Okay? And you're going to put the ring here. Okay? You want to put it, it's got to be reasonably close to the bottom of the ring. Okay? And I'm going to show you why in a minute. Then you're going to put on your clay triangle. Clay triangle, please. You're going to put on your clay triangle. Thank you. And then this is a crucible. Now these are expensive. They're not $10 a piece. They're $10 for a bunch of them. Okay, they're expensive relative to its size and shape. They're made of clay, and they're expensive for their size and stuff. So you want to be careful with them. Okay, you're rarely going to handle during a lab a crucible lid with your fingers. It's not going to happen. Okay, the reason is because they get very hot. You're going to be heating them. Okay, so you're not going to be handling them like this. But anyway, you want to handle them to see what they are when you first get them, because you're going to be playing with some of the equipment. Clay triangles are for crucibles. And in the crucible, we're going to put magnesium. And the magnesium is going to combine with something to form magnesium oxide. So what do you think the magnesium is going to combine with, Neve? Put that away and take the earphones out. Okay, thank you. So what do you think the magnesium is going to combine with to form magnesium oxide? Oxygen. It's going to form with oxygen. Where do you think the oxygen is going to come from?
The air.
The air, right? Easy. So you put that there, you put the lid on, okay, and you let it cook, okay? However, when it gets superheated, what happens to the availability of oxygen within the crucible if it gets super hot? It goes away, right? So you're going to keep your lid a little bit like that. Okay. I've absolutely demonstrated how fragile crucible tops are. Could I have another crucible top? And that was with my fingers. That was really bad. That was.
Do you want me to clean it up?
No. Right. So they have such like little tiny things here. So, and then you put it kind of on the side without it falling.
That breaks it.
So kind of put it so it's, yeah. See, the problem is that if you're going to put it, the lid, you're going to take the lid off a little bit in the beginning, but you have to put the lid on because what's going to happen is you have to put the lid a little bit off because you got to have oxygen get in there, right? But then you can't have it off because I'll show you why in a minute, and you'll see why. Because when you form magnesium oxide, there's a lot of smoke, and you'll see why there's a lot of smoke. Okay, so you're going to lose a lot of material, and I'll show you why. So it's a little bit of a you got to get really used to it. It's really very much, don't sit on the lab bench. It's really very much a laboratory technique. Okay, now, these are crucible tongs. And when you hold them, when you hold crucible tongs, you always hold these down when you're picking things up. So you want to practice with the lid, practice. You're not putting it at the bottom. There's like a little bit of ability to go to the bottom of this, right? But you want to go right where the holes are, because then you can really click in there, okay? Right? So you got to really get a technique, okay? So you got to play with crucible tongs. Crucible tongs are difficult to learn how to use, believe it or not, because these are expensive. We only have so many of them. I could literally go through all of the crucibles in one class, and then nobody would have them, okay? And the IB uses crucibles a lot, Neve, okay? Focus. How do you focus? Thank you, sir. So here is crucible, pick it up, okay? Okay, and you're not going to want to you're not going to want to pick up a crucible that has reacted like this, because some of the material might be in there, and if you go like this, you could get some material here, or because this is LPG, liquid petroleum gas, you could have, they could be dirty. See that? You get that? You see that? So you could have, is that coming up? Can you see that? So you could have, see, does that come up? You could have, see, these could be dirty, okay? You want to make sure they're relatively clean too before you're even using them, okay? So when you pick up a hot crucible, you don't pick it up like this after it's been used. You may put it on that way, but you're going to pick it up like this, okay? Yeah, like this, see? That's what these little things are. Yes?
If you're holding the thingies downwards.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, thank you. You always hold these downwards when you're using the crucible tongs, okay? The only time you reverse it is when you're holding it up like this, okay? All right, let me take a quick break, okay? I'll be right back.